Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Entrepreneur Power Hour. It's been a while since we've been here. We've been really busy with Rockstar Entrepreneurial Starters, so we haven't really had time to do a show, but we're doing one tonight. We have Dan Sissick, one of our regulars, good friend of ours, and another good friend of ours and a regular, Mr. Bill Maybauer. Tonight, we're talking about the effectiveness of video in conveying your message or your business advertising, etc., etc. Vlogging, it's a thing now. I guess everybody's got their face out there on video, and I understand that a lot of people don't want to get in front of the camera, but my whole argument to that is, or perhaps encouragement I should say, is if you really want to talk to people, you want to evoke an emotional response, and you want to deliver the sincerest, most authentic message possible, people want to see your eyes. They want to make eye contact. They want to see your body language. They want to see the enthusiasm on your face. They want to see you smile, and they want to know that you're serious. If anyone's going to buy anything from you online or join your business or become a business partner, I think it's very important that they see who they're talking to. They know who they're talking to, because it creates a sense of trust right away. It lets them know that you're not afraid of revealing your identity and those kinds of things. And for Kareem and I, video has really become the foundation for Rockstar Entrepreneurial Starters. And we just came up with that idea. We came up with that specialization because Sean Chun, our mentor, if you don't know who he is, Sean Chun, blue.businesscoaching.com. We're going to do a shout out to him. We're going to pull up near towards the end of the show. We're going to show you guys what he's all about, what he can do to help your business. He has over 20 years of experience with startups and entrepreneurs, and also he helps save failing businesses from bankruptcy and possible for closing their businesses down. He's a great guy. He's helped us. Awesome mentor. Thank you, Sean Chun. We love you. And once he pointed all this out to us, that video was our strength, Kareem and I started to catapult this, and we started to do more videos. We started to learn video editing software. We started to really get into video production. And then once Sean saw all that, we were doing it with the Power Hours. Like, this is what you guys can sell. You guys can sell your services, your experience, your expertise to small business owners, brick and mortars who don't have a YouTube marketing presence. And that's what we're working towards now. That's what we're doing now, and it's been a lot of fun. And I want to get your guys' thoughts tonight on how effective you think video is. Some experiences you've had with video, whether you create it. I know all of us have phones. We watch YouTube, and I want to get your guys' thoughts on content creation and why you guys think video is important.
I guess I should start.
Go ahead, bro.
The one thing that people, like anybody that you know, they're walking around generally with one of these or on their computer, and what are they talking? Hey, you gotta check this out on YouTube. I saw this video. Plus, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Video is probably worth hundreds, if not billions of them, because it's just that simple that you can actually see somebody else, and not only can you see them, you can learn from them, you can laugh, you can have a good time, you can actually have the ability to create your own educational way. And then when it comes to advertising, what would you guys rather do? Would you rather listen to the radio? Would you rather maybe get a Facebook ad or social media, or would you rather get a video about what I'm doing? What would you guys rather do? I'm just curious.
Go ahead, Dan.
For me, I think I like the videos and stuff because, like you said, you pointed out earlier, Chris, that people like that engagement of being able to see, like if you raise your eyebrows or if you use your hands, or like me, I talk with my hands a lot.
I do too. Yes. Very expressive. I love it, Dan.
Or if we have a frown on our face because we're not liking something that we're talking about, or if we're really excited about something, they can see it by, how we act and how we talk and how we say things, and our body language, goes back to that. It's almost like sitting across from somebody in a conversation and getting that same, you can get almost that same feeling as you do when you're in that type of that close of, whereas if you're reading something or something like that, yeah, you can get a feeling, you can use your imagination and stuff. or if you see a Facebook ad or something like that, yeah, it might have a video in it or something, but I think there's something more to say, with an actual, you know, and I think anymore, I hate to say it, as society's gotten more tuned in and linked in and attached to digital stuff,
Oh
we're
yeah.
becoming more and more and more visual rather than uh, reading and putting
Yep.
the stuff into our minds so we can kind of picture it ourselves and use our imagination. And I think, that's one part that's lacking is, us using our own imagination to put a story together, put something that somebody's saying together, something like that. And so that's, another side of it too.
Absolutely.
That's part of what I, am seeing and learning about videos.
True, but you can always take your imagination and make an awesome video. That's what me and Chris do. We come up with these green screens. All green screen is that thing behind us. Literally, you can paint something. You can have just a sheet, and then all of a sudden we got an intro coming back, and then something really cool behind us, and then maybe even we can. And I like doing this. Chris does this too. We can have some information on a TV screen that's part.
Yeah, it's
of
called chroma keying. You need a solid color background to create a virtual studio behind you. It's pretty cool stuff.
You mean
Actually,
everything that you have on your videos isn't actually real sometimes?
the big surprise. But here, how do you know if someone's a real authentic dude selling something, or at least a better chance? If they're on video, at least I know they're real. I'm not saying that I like everything people do on video, but at least I know they're a real person, because if someone's really going to be, tricky and sneaky with video marketing, it's going to be a lot more difficult than just because I can type out emails. I can have a fake identity, but I can't fake what's in front of the camera very easily.
Yeah. No, you can't. And that's what it is. I mean, people want to know that 100% that you're authentic, that you have conviction and enthusiasm in what you're talking about, and especially if you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, if you're not on video, you're not interested. You're not going to keep the same amount of people interested. Yes, you're gonna keep people interested that are used to radio and radio ads, perhaps, or newspaper ads, or that don't really care about the authenticity. I guess they just buy because they want to buy, I guess. But for the majority of people, not seeing somebody's face and being able to, like, especially like Dan said, belly to belly is just it's slowly on its way out, unfortunately. But I know that when I walk into a place and I'm approached by somebody, a salesperson that works for the company or perhaps is running the business, and they come up to me and they ask me what I'm looking for, I used to get really pissed off about that. Now I'm like, oh, hi, how are you? And they're like, hi, is there anything I can help you with? I go, well, yeah, actually, I'm looking around and I'm looking at this table, this chair set, like a dining room set, or perhaps I'm in an electronics store and I'm looking for a new camera or a new microphone. I had to order this microphone and this camera off Amazon. But my point is, that belly-to-belly experience is what sales and business is all about, because right away the person is establishing rapport with you, they're establishing a connection, and they're showing you that they care about your needs. And that's the same thing you can achieve with video. Because that, when we're doing this interaction now with Zoom, this is video, this is all video, and we're all interacting. Yes, we're not all in the same room or the same city or even the same state, but it's as close as we can get to just sitting in a room around a table masterminding, which at some point I want to do for sure with Rockstar. I want the Power Hour to go all over the world. I want us to be able to go into different business workshops and hold live broadcast, podcast masterminds for the Power Hour, sponsored by Rockstar, obviously. That's definitely a goal of ours, because this is a real mastermind that we believe in, that we've been stood behind for the last almost 3 years now, and it's something that we're getting back into every Tuesday. It's just coming up with content has been difficult, but we're doing our best here. And I know how important it is to people like Dan. He's always asking when we're coming back. To people like Bill, Josh Bendowski's been here a lot. Our mentor Sean Chun has taught us that the Entrepreneur Power Hour can be used as a platform to build a sales team and also give new viewers an opportunity to join Rockstar at the ground level, where if they bring people on the show, they're going to get a 10% commission of every video that we do for the client that they have referred us to. So there's a lot of incentive to being on the mastermind that we're working into and working towards, that we're going to be bringing to you guys as well. So that's just what happens when you're really, really passionate about what you do. You're constantly coming up with new ideas and new ways to innovate things, and that's what we're doing. So I agree with Kareem and Dan. It's essential.
Yeah, and the nice thing about this is you can build instant rapport with us. If I say, hey, you want to be part of a tribe, be part of something. To me, if you're just someone messaging me on Facebook, which I've had multiple people do that for different things, say, oh, okay, I don't know if I really feel, I don't know, much about you. You're a picture and you say you have your own company, and I don't know too much. But if someone says, hey, let's get on Skype, or oh, now I can talk to someone. Now, hey, let's, can I see your webcam? Oh, okay. Oh, this is a real legit, person who wants to engage in some type of business. And the nice thing about that is I can now, even if maybe, you're a little bit, I can now say, okay, you're a real person, you're talking to me, and you have the courage to look at me face to face, which, I can't go all over the world and see people, face to face as much as I'd like to. It's the next best thing. And you can actually create something that's going to last a long time. I've never met Chris. I've never met him. I haven't met actually anybody on the Power Hour in real life, with the exception of Kevin, who, but I know for a fact that I've had a lasting impact on all of them.
Yes. And that's what really matters, and that's what you can't achieve through any other form of connection than video if you're not in a room with somebody. Yeah. So if you're looking for ways to really, really expand your business, to get more customers, you need to be doing video. It's that simple. Because vlogging is a thing. Blogging is on its way out. So at least as far as I know, I don't blog anymore. So I just vlog. That's what I do. I make video. But I'm pretty sure that if this is just my take on it, and Dan, you probably know a lot more about blogging than I do. But for anybody out there, this is just based on my limited experience with blogging. Combine the two. Write an article and then do a video about that article and put it at the bottom or at the top of the blog. And that's gonna combine both methods of communication. I think that would be really cool, actually, if more people did that with their blogs. They actually put videos up talking about the same thing they just wrote about, so that people could see your reaction. They could see the emotion that you put into that article, so they could make eye contact with you and realize that, holy shit, this guy really stands behind what he does. And so I think that that's very important.
I actually, when I do my, I call it blogging, because actually I do on my blog, but with videos on it. I kind of like to put my videos inside the body of the blog, because then it kind of forces people to look through my blog, but they also have the video there to really see it and put the two together. As I'm trying to make an emphasis of something, they can go back and see where I might have bolded something or highlighted something, put something in quotes, but then they can also see my reaction and how it comes across with how I say it. And plus, if it's also another way of, you have two avenues of getting information out. You have two sources of helping to get make you a little more authentic and a little more credible.
Yeah.
So therefore, at that point, you have ways to get your information out there in more ways to people and to the audience, and you can integrate both. I mean, look at TV. Look at what TV does. Yes, we have ads and stuff, but they also use wording. They use letters. They use, things that, parts that little sentences and stuff, and throw that in there. So, it's the mixture and putting the two aspects together. Excuse me. Together to make it more powerful, I think, to me. And in that sense, it encompasses the visual, but it encompasses other senses that help bring it better to life, I think.
It an emotional response. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. That's what you're trying to say, right, Dan? Okay. Yeah, no, I agree with you. And I think that people that see that, they're going to gravitate towards that a lot quicker than somebody who's not using video on their blog, for example. They're more likely to that entertainment aspect is going to be covered, because they're not only going to be entertained, they're going to see that you know what you're doing with video editing. They're going to see that you're a professional, and I think that's what the real nitty gritty of this entire topic tonight is: professionalism. And for people to see you on camera, to see you in a tie, I'm in my bathrobe because I was laying down. I had a sore stomach last night, but the whole point of video is to show how professional you are, and to show that you know what you're talking about, that you know what you're doing, that you're serious about your business, you're serious about being an entrepreneur, and you're serious about creating that emotional attachment and connection with people. And you can't do that through writing. You can't do that through, you can do that through podcasting, yes, but that's just your voice. But if people can see you as well, you're connecting, but you're connecting with the person on a visual level and an auditory level. The only thing you're missing on is kinesthetic, where people will be able to hug you or shake your hand and that kind of thing. So there's three kinds of people. Tony Robbins taught us: video or audio, visual, and kinesthetic. And if you can cover all three bases of a person's personality, and you're able to identify with each, because we're all combined of the three, but we're also primarily one of three. So we have all three of the traits in us, but some of us are more visual than others, some of us are more audio than others, some of us are more kinesthetic. I am a visual person. So that's what I'm looking for. If I'm looking to, like I said before, when I'm looking to purchase a good or a service, I want to meet with that person, or at least see that person and know that they know what they're talking about. They know what they're selling me. They're behind the product. They are 100% stand behind the service, and they're confident that it's going to take care of my needs. So, hey, Bill, you're back. Bill Nye, the science guy.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Yeah.
I wonder if Bill has any thoughts.
I have to leave for a little while while I'm coming home and getting my wife off.
That's okay, buddy. So, yeah, did you hear what we were just kind of just talking about there?
A little bit, yes.
Okay, so we'll re-elaborate here. What we were talking about is how video separates people from everyone else who's not doing video, because the visual engagement, the emotional engagement, the connection you can form with a person by being able to establish eye contact, see their body language, their hand gestures, that kind of thing. So, Bill, based on your experience as a marketer online, you're getting your business started. What are some things you look for when you're buying a good or a service from person? I mean, you're a belly-to-belly guy like me. I'm sure you want to be able to meet that person, shake their hand, or at least see them in a video where you can tell that they're authentic and they know what they're talking about. How important is that for you?
Oh, it's pretty extremely important to be able to interact with a person and see them and see that they're real.
Exactly.
Sure, we've had to do a lot of other things, but webinars, they're great, but sometimes a webinar is more of just a different teaching tool. But I like it when we have a chance to see the person in action and understand what they're saying, because as they say, only 7% of what you get is through what you hear.
That's right.
The rest of it is all verbal or what you're seeing and their tone.
Yep.
7% is just the words. Everything else is tone, and sure, you can get that through through a phone or some other way, but the visual is a big part.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Anyone else want to? Oh, go ahead, Bill. Keep going.
Well, and I was involved with, used to be a network marketing company called Iwawi. It was based out of Houston. It was going from, it ended, about 3 years ago, but it was going pretty strong for about 5 years. And it was a lot of people all over the world. And I was talking to people over in Russia and all over that and it gives you the capability of doing that. Zoom has probably taken over for it. It does pretty much the same thing, but you could do a whiteboard. You could do a variety of things with the Iwawi product.
Nice.
I don't know if you can do a whiteboard here or not. You could also do polls. You could take a poll of, and I don't know whether I haven't looked into Zoom of whether they can do
Zoom. The way Zoom works is it's a recorded broadcast, and then I have to take it, the raw file, throw it into Sony Vegas Pro, and then I have to add all the effects after, and then render it.
Do right at the. You can. In Iwawi, I could bring up a screen, and everybody'd be over at the right, and I could do drawing on the screen. That's a variety of things.
That's really cool. Do you know how much can you do live broadcasts with that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But it doesn't exist anymore.
Oh damn! I was gonna say maybe we should look into purchasing that. Okay, that's fine. That's cool.
Access. I think Access took over for it. I can get you the contact information about that.
Okay. Sure. Dan, you want to tie into what Bill was saying, or Kareem?
Iwawi actually sounds great, and I'm seeing that there's different conferencing platforms. But here's a cool thing that's possible is sometimes, making your videos live is really, really what is working nowadays. So
yes,
that's one thing we like to do as well. So it gets out on YouTube, so it gets out on Facebook. And one thing I was thinking interesting that you were talking about, Bill, is how you did live conferences. There's different types of webinars, and I have a friend, Chris knows him, Isaac, and what he does is with some of his webinars, and we can even do this, is he'll base a topic, like a very informational topic, have a webinar, record it, and then actually go and put it on a page and then sell it as part of a product. Or he'll break many pieces of webinars into different segments and actually sell that. So that's one thing we can do as well.
Yeah, we can.
We can actually take these, we'll maybe structure them more, maybe hey, here's an educational topic. How do you do A, B, and C? And then we can start selling our knowledge. That's one thing I'd like to do.
Yeah, let's do that. We're also going to be taking this broadcast, once I edit it, and throwing it up on a tool we have called Livecaster. And what that does is, like Kareem says, it allows us to broadcast it as if we did it live. So I can schedule it for tomorrow night to air live at a certain time on both YouTube and Facebook. So it'll be like we're doing a live broadcast right then and there, which is really cool. After I do all the editing and stuff, so it's really good. And when I pitched businesses, I didn't mention Livecaster, but I talked about how we could air their videos at a specific time of day to a specific demographic, etc. So that was really good. I think they were really impressed with it.
Well, video, I guess my comment is on that, you've got to watch your stage presence.
Yes.
A lot of times I'm seeing Kareem, and I see this on Kareem as opposed to this on Kareem.
Yep.
So you really need.
Oh, we lost Bill. Dang it.
No.
Yeah, he said stage presence. So basically being able to see your whole face, lighting being proper, I would say is pretty important. Having correct lighting when you're doing videos. Stuff like
especially that. When it's paid and stuff. It depends, I would say, on the scenario, what you want to do.
That and background and appropriate stuff for what you want in to help convey what you're trying to talk about too.
Yeah, do you want to have it a sunny day? Do you want to just have it in your room casual? I've seen actually everybody, like Phil DeFranco, just has it kind of in his room. He's a famous YouTuber, just real chill on a backlight. And then,
There's
yeah,
Bill.
that's Bill.
Sorry, Bill, you were saying? Go ahead.
Yeah, you just got to really watch how you're presenting and seeing yourself on the screen when you're, what you're doing.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, you want to make sure your full face is in view and people can hear you and see you and they can make eye contact with you. Yeah, I agree, Bill. Very, very, very.
And I know my glasses are causing some screen issues.
It's okay. It's just a blue effect.
But I was listening to another broadcast at one time with somebody, and all I could see was the glare from their glasses. So you gotta really watch it. You gotta see yourself in the mirror basically, and give a good stage presence.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Presentation is everything. People, if you have bad presentation. And one thing I want to let you guys know is I know I curse on the show sometimes just because I get so into what I'm talking about, especially if it's trying to motivate people. Sometimes I curse, and I had somebody actually bring that to my attention on a completely different platform. It was a different discussion. And I'm not going to be cursing hardly at all on here. I might drop an S once in a while or something like that, but I'm not going to be dropping F-bombs anymore and stuff because I don't want people not to take me as a professional. And I realize that language is very important and stuff, and I'm very young, and I get that, but it's no excuse. I mean, I should not be swearing. I don't know if Bill's offended by it. I don't know if Dan's offended by it, and I just don't want to offend anybody that comes on the panel or anybody watching us, so I'm not going to be cursing very little, if at all.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yes.
I'm not necessarily offended, but it's just not when you go to Toastmasters, you don't swear there either.
No, you're right. You're absolutely. Keep. Tell me some more, Bill. I mean, you're older than me, and your wisdom is beneficial. So, I mean, do I offend? Like, I mean, when you hear me swear, does it cause you to take me less seriously?
Yes, it does.
Okay. I was gonna jump in on that too. It's like, have you ever played back one of the things or paid attention to one of the things that we've done, and where you have actually, sworn some and stuff like that, and took a look at yourself?
Yes.
Just to see how you, because that's a good way also to say, oh wow, that's what people are getting, and that's what people are hearing out of me, and so why would they take me seriously?
Yeah, no,
why
you're right.
would they want to do business with me? Do you hear stuff like that on ads on TV? Do you hear stuff, yes, in some things, areas, a little bit of something off color or something every now and then can be slipped in and stuff, but for the most part, when you deal with, that, once again, it goes back to the presentation and how you want people to look at you and how you want them to feel about you, because they're turning over their hard-earned money to you.
Yes.
Now, would you turn over money to a young kid that is always constantly swearing and going on and on and on and on and this and that, and you might look at them going, okay, do I really want to do business with them?
Okay, now for me, it would depend on what they had to back up what they were saying. So if they were able to show me their success, like they had like their life in order, they were driving a new car, which I guess this goes down to presentation. I could see that they had a successful business and that they were making millions of dollars. It wouldn't matter to me. Now, that's just me, okay? And that's why I'm catering to my audience, and I have to realize, just because I listen to heavy music and I'm very, very unfiltered, doesn't mean that Chris Peters on my personal channel and Chris on the Power Hour and Rockstar should be the same guy. I need to separate that. I need to delegate that. And I need people to see that, yes, I am a very laid back. I love heavy music. I love doing beer reviews and stuff. And I like being myself in a non-professional sense for just having fun doing my hobby channel. But I also want people to see that when I'm on the Power Hour, I am a composed, relaxed, poised, poignant individual without having to use profanity. And it's something that I'm glad was brought up to me, even though it was a person I don't really like, that I don't really care about their opinion. But then I thought, no, this is the universe trying to tell me from a different source. It didn't have to be Kareem. It didn't have to be Dan or Bill or Sean. It's something that I wanted to address with all of you because you're all part of my life. You're all my friends. I love all of you, and I respect your opinions, and I value your opinions. So hearing that the feedback from you guys is very important to me, and I need that because I'm still growing. I'm still learning. You know, I don't have as many years on this planet as you and Bill, Dan. So, you know, getting that wisdom from you guys and learning from you guys is absolutely vital, and I really appreciate that because the older crowd is the ones that I'm concerned about offending the most. Okay, those are the people that I don't really, because those are the business owners. Those are going to be the ones that we're selling. We're going to be selling older guys. Like, let's say Bill has a photo shop that his family's been running for 40 years. You know, if he sees me on YouTube swearing on these, you know, and pretending and saying, well, I'm professional, I have this mastermind called the Entrepreneur Power Hour, it's tied to our business here, we've created a sales team through this, and he goes back and he sees past broadcasts and I'm swearing and he sees me in person, yes, I bet you he'd be very kind to me, he'd be very receptive, but in the back of his mind he'd be going, this guy's not professional.
That's right.
I've seen his videos, you know, he's swearing his head off all the time. So I want you guys to know that I'm sorry about that, and I'm not going to be doing it at all anymore. Like I said, I might say SHIT once in a while, you know, like when I say this guy really knows his
Stuff.
That is stuff. Also, I might say shit, but I mean that's as far as it's going to go. I don't even want to say that, you know. So, yeah. Because like I said, we're talking about presentation, and I'm very happy that I saw that somebody pointed that out to me, and that I'm getting this feedback from you guys. So I will no longer be cursing, because I think I don't want to be out there and sabotaging my chances of getting clients. So
Yes, and have you been involved with Toastmasters, either one of you, Chris or Kareem?
Kareem has. Toastmasters in Brandon is very, very difficult because it's a very select small group of people, and they don't talk about business topics. It's speeches on alcoholism. Some are speeches for at school functions, like elementary kids, that kind of thing. Not really my forte. But once I move to Winnipeg or probably a bigger city, I'm probably going to get into Toastmasters. It's something I would like to do for sure.
Well, how many people are in that class, in that group?
In Brandon, there's only like 8 of them, which is that's really small, like I said, right? And they're all the people that have been doing it since Toastmasters was brought to Brandon. So they're really iffy about accepting new members. I don't know. It's like they have their own little clique, and some of them are strong churchgoers too, and they like to preach sermons from the Bible and stuff for their audience, and I'm just not into that. So
how big a town is Brandon?
Brandon's about 60,000 people.
You could have another Toastmasters group there.
Yeah, I've got to find enough interest for it to get a group started. That's the only problem right now. So it's on the far back burner. I'm going to get into it at some point. Yeah. No, sure. Thanks, Bill. It is, and you're right. I mean, no, you wouldn't go to Toastmasters and hear anybody cursing or being unprofessional.
That's right.
In language. Yes, absolutely.
And the other thing is using connectors. Like, you know, I've heard a couple of the you-knows out of you, but you got to really watch your connectors on talking, because it can drive people nuts. The counter. There's an counter in, and Kareem would agree with that. There's an
yes, that actually gets you so poised. You will sit there. I've had bosses, professional people made way more money than me, and you listen to them. We're going to bring on this new initiative. We're going to help drive sales or drive more competent, add big words here. Right. Synergy is important, and we really feel, and these are big, these are top executives. Now, I can't do this, but if I had a tape recorder and I was like maybe the same thing, or my phone, I'd just go bloop and hit record. Say, do you know how many ums and ahs? Yeah, I heard. Not to say that that's bad or that they're bad at their job or that they're incompetent at what they do. I do notice, though, even in the upper
I've gotten sheets of
echelons.
paper out and started in tick marking.
Yes, I've done that. Aha counter.
Thanks, Bill. No, I believe you. That's very important. You want to make sure that your connectors. It's because I think and talk at the same time. So if I just slow down my speech and I talk slower, then I can eliminate the ahs from my speech.
That's right.
Yep. But you make a good point, Bill. I agree with that.
So
make sure that you're
so
connected.
yeah, and if visual is the coming thing. It's going to be more and more all the time.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I don't. What else to say? It's just you're seeing more and more YouTube. How many videos go on YouTube each second? Hundreds.
Oh, yeah.
Thousands, actually.
There's 800 million videos uploaded a day, man. That's insane, bro. Yeah, absolutely.